All right, sharp one real quick. Very recently, the Minister of Education in Nigeria, talking about the person of Saidu Suwaba, has said that she was talking about some educational reforms that will take place in Nigeria, and she rightly stated that the Almajiri children are not part of out of school children in Nigeria, and this has sparked up a lot of controversy, a lot of debates, especially in the Nigeria social media space and amongst people in Nigeria, criticizing the minister for excluding the Almajiri children as out of school children. Now, if you don't know the Almajiri children, these are children, infants, young ones that are prevalently in the northern part of Nigeria, some of them in the western part of Nigeria, that they are known for going from place to place to actually ask for alms, to actually beg before they can feed. I will tell you more about the Almajiri system, but let us first of all hear the Minister of Education during her interview, where she said that Almajiri children will not be regarded as out of school children in Nigeria. Let us watch this clip before we come back to dissect.
The issue around out-of-school children, we have about 50 million that are considered out-of-school children. We have different data, but it depends on the data you are looking at. But basically, let's say 15 million out-of-school children that we have. These 15 million include Almajiri, but as we all are aware, everybody living in Nigeria knows that Almajiri have a system of education. Right. They have their own curriculum, they have their teachers, they have a system that they are using in educating this Almajiri. So the definition itself, we want to go back and redefine what do we mean by out-of-school children, because Almajiri are not part of that program. But then at the same time, for us to ensure that we help this Almajiri to fit into the general system that we have of education, let's go back and see about providing them with foundational learning, basic literacy, basic numeracy, even some aspect of digital training, and also skill acquisition.
We do not want to analyze. We do not want to think critically. We just think that some people in one part of the nation are the problem of the nation. So there is this attacking spirit and resentment that we have towards different regions in Nigeria. Now, this is scary. Someone who has rose to the ranks and file as to the greatest rank in Nigeria, in NNPC, talking about Nigerian sector. We have governors, we have ministers that have risen out from the Almajiri system of education. Now, one thing that we get wrong is that there is a formal education, there is an informal education. And you will agree with me that one problem of this nation is that we have placed all our hope on formal education alone, abandoning the informal type of education. Now, most people have argued that there is an Islamic school, which the minister rightly stated, that this school caters for the basic knowledge of the children. The basic knowledge of the children. I was in one place complaining about Nigeria because we rely on certificates rather than what people can do. Now, the Almajiri system has its many drawbacks. It has its many disadvantages. And some of the disadvantages is that children are on the street begging for alms. And most of these children are uncatered for. They are uncared for. Now, the system allows that people give birth to children that they cannot take care of. They cannot take care of these kids. I'm being holistic in my approach here. So I want you to follow this video to the end. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, go to YouTube. I'm more active on YouTube on Busy Media 513, and subscribe to my channel, like, and click on the notification bell just to ensure that you get more updates on my video and to support the industry. Now, the Almajiri system has a system of education. Let's not deny that fact. Let's not deny that fact. They have a system of education, but the system of education they have is different from the system of education you and I know. It's different from the British curriculum that were given to us. That is just the only problem Nigerians are crying foul over. But to me, let us try to establish some facts here. Do the Almajiri children have their own system and form of education? The answer is yes. They go to Islamic schools, okay, where they are taught basic knowledge. Now, let me tell you about the Almajiri system of education and how it's different from our own former type of education. In the Almajiri, you get the basic knowledge. Now they send you out to ask for arms, which I don't agree with. You go out to ask for arms, they go out to beg, and allegedly they come back and reimburse. You just be like waiting with a year for the Nigerian police allegedly that this Nigerian police on the streets, on the roadblocks, taking bribes, taking money from motorists. They answer back to one of their oga. So that is just like the Almajiri system is. They have people that they answer back to, people that they give back the money to. So it means that parents are giving birth to kids and using them for money making ventures, because you have to go and beg, and they go remit back to their bosses in the Almajiri system. So when you do that begging system as a kid to a certain time, then they will call look you. They will call say, okay, this guy don't reach one stage, because it's a system. More give am more work, make it they do. More give am one trade, make it learn. Before you see, they just start to hawk sweets. Before you see, they just start to hawk sugar cane. They just start to hawk, if na bango, if na wristwatch, they just start to hawk am for streets, trying to earn a living for themselves. If you watch closely, most of these Almajiri children, they are the people that are moving the economy. The obioma when they see when they sew your clothes, the shoemaker, the shoe cobblers, the people that does indomie, people when they do suya, they are the people that are moving this economy. They have a system. You cannot take that away from them. So instead of us to come headlong criticizing the minister, let us ask questions and travel to do our own research. Nigerians don't do research. They just stay on X, stay on Twitter, stay on Instagram and blast people. Now, this system inducts people into the society. The Almajiri system inducts the children gradually into the society by making them economically viable. When you say if one Okada man stops, say one gets accident, all of them they stop. They have a system. They might have come out from the same Almajiri system. In the Almajiri system, they know where this one come from. This one know where this one come from. This one know where this one come from. This one know say that this Almajiri school you did. This one know say that this Almajiri school you did. This one know say that here you come from. So they can trace them back to their roots. So they have a system that is working for them. The only thing that I am against in this whole Almajiri system is that Jonathan built schools for them, but they did not stay in the school. Now, what the minister should be working on is taking these children out of the streets. They must not go to the schools, to the Montessori schools your children are going to. They must not go to the Montessori schools your children are going to. Because these people, when you call Aboki, so most of them are more civilized than you. The only thing you know more than them is that you can speak English more than them. The minister has rightly said that simple technology skill, simple communication skill, they will be taught. If you go closer to some of these people, you will discover that they know more than you. Now they dress with a dress only, because the argument I'm seeing Nigerians are arguing is that these people do not have any form of education. They do. So what I will appeal to the Honorable Minister is that this system, you have said that they have their own system of education, which I agree with you. They should take them out of the streets. The only drawback of the Almajiri system is that as long as it caters for some, we have governors that have come out from this system. The system is well organized though. It's structured though. We have governors and prominent people that have come out from this system. But the abandoning infants on the streets exposes them to all sorts of criminal vices. Picking when they beg, if you give them some more money now, it will do the undo. And not only the Almajiri children are prone to this kind of things. Poverty anywhere in the nation can also lead to this kind of issue. So, I do not entirely condemn the speech of the Honorable Minister of Education. I do not entirely condemn it. In fact, it is a step in the right direction, because in this time, in this present time, we need people that can do the work. We need to teach our children vocations. We need to teach our children trade. We need to teach our children how to move the economy. There are no jobs in Nigeria. I see people commenting on X, commenting on different places that how with their Almajiri children, how with their education, the Islamic education that they receive, how will they compete with their counterparts in the world? How you went though they learn since when you say you sit down house with your certificate, how are you competing with your counterparts in the world all over? Now everybody will go school. Formal education is already rampant in the country. Let the minister be allowed to do her work. But these Almajiri children, the only thing, like I said before, take them off the streets, give them the education you want to give them, but take them off the streets. I know it is a strong cabal, it's a strong system, and there are strong people out there that wouldn't want these children to be out of the streets, because there is an agenda to populate the country from the north. Too much population, children that you cannot take care of. That is what I see. But saying that the Almajiri system does not cater for any sort of education, that is not entirely correct. However, what do you think about the speech and the statement of the Honorable Minister of Education? What do you think about my analogy too? Put it in the comment section, like, subscribe to my channel, and let's keep the flag flying. It is Busy of the Busy Media, and I thank you for coming on me.
Under Education Renewed Hope, we have key priority areas that we are focusing. We are trying to come up with reformations that are long-lasting. Most of the time, there are different interventions by different governments. Most of these interventions are not actually leaving lasting solution to the problem. But from an insider now that understand what it takes to make this reformation change, to make all these changes, I can say that what we are working for now, what we are working on based on the renewed agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, if fully implemented, will actually lead to a lasting solution to the different problems we have in the education sector.
Okay, so give us an example of one of those reforms that will make a major dent.
We have about 6 key priority areas. Each of these key priority areas have different arms in terms of, as I said, we are looking for lasting solution. So it's not just to identify one thing to do, rather let's look at it holistically, different areas. For instance, one of the key issues we have is out-of-school children. What do we have on the ground to solve the issue of out-of-school children? We have different reforms that we are targeting to ensure that we enroll these children back to school. Let's take, for instance, there are solutions, but let's take the Almajiri Commission that we have, Almajiri Commission out-of-school children. This commission has programs, and these programs they have are lasting programs. Apart from that, under the Almajiri education, because issue around out-of-school children, we have about 50 million that are considered out-of-school children. We have different data, but it depends on the data you are looking at. But basically, let's say 50 million out-of-school children that we have. These 50 million include Almajiri, but as we all are aware, everybody living in Nigeria knows that Almajiri have a system of education.
Right.
They have their own curriculum, they have their teachers, they have a system that they are using in educating this Almajiri. So the definition itself, we want to go back and redefine what do we mean by out-of-school children, because Almajiri are not part of that program. But then at the same time, for us to ensure that we help this Almajiri to fit into the general system that we have of education, let's go back and see about providing them with foundational learning, basic literacy, basic numeracy, even some aspect of digital training, and also skill acquisition program.
Because when you say